Yeah, I got tendonitis probably for like the last 7 months or so, right? Mostly did like body weight exercises, so like dips, into that. And got tendonitis pretty bad. So 7 months now, to try to do push-ups, pull-ups. Really can't do anything at this point. So I'm kind of like haven't been working out for 7 months. So I was wondering, I'm going to a physical therapist, but
where's your tendonitis?
Both sides.
Elbows?
Oh yeah, so and both sides. And I've been going to physical therapist. And
What do they have you do?
you got some scraper or something, right? Like they put like cocoa butter. And
Okay.
yeah, something used for golfers or something.
So they have you doing any exercises?
They got me doing like scapular, stabilization, like the Y, I guess, thing. And also,
For elbow tendonitis?
yeah, apparently she said that if I get my shoulders right as far as getting strengthened and different, range of motions, it probably helps, I guess, lessen the tension.
It's in both elbows?
Yeah, it's in both, so it's in this one here. So I do.
How long ago you started experiencing that?
I think 7 months. And the thing is, I noticed it, but I didn't know what tendonitis was. So
All right, I'll give you two ideas.
The first one is I always talk about 4 layers. Right? So I'll talk physiologically. There's inflammation, whether it's a chicken or an egg. In other words, there's inflammation, so there's pain, or there's muscular imbalance that's causing inflammation. It's neither here nor there. Do you use fish oil?
Yeah.
Okay, keep taking fish oil supplements and antioxidants, anything that could support you with inflammation. Besides taking what do they call it, NSAIDs.
Oh yeah, that.
Non-steroid. Yeah, you don't need that. What I'm going to do for you, if you email Colleen, if you guys haven't met my wife, he's going to email you and send you. Actually, I almost feel bad. I should make you pay for it because it's not mine. It's only like $20. My buddy Jed Smith, I don't know if you're familiar with him from the Diesel Crew. He tears phone books in half, and bends nails and shit. You know Jed, right? I mean, that's what he does. Like, he does for a living. And when you tear phone books and bend nails for a living, like, your elbow's gonna fucking hurt. Yeah. So he battles elbow pain all the time. He wrote an entire manual on wrist and elbow pain. And there's some cool ass exercises that even when I started getting some elbow pain, I did, and it almost like instantly got rid of it.
How long did it take you? I mean, I remember you had a bicep injury too.
Oh, bicep too. Oh.
Yeah, I don't even know how you still lifting weights after that.
Glucosamine. Yeah, so physiologically there are supplements you might want to include. That's a good idea. Biceps fine. There's one exercise that if you know like the big 5-pound jugs for protein, you ever bought like a big protein thing?
Yeah. Oh, I think I know that exercise you're talking about. Put your hands in there.
Put your hand in there and then you do this. Have you ever tried that?
I've been doing probably everything under the book. I got like the and it hasn't been working. So like I feel like it's gotten better, but I guess when I kind of label it now that when I do open chain exercises, that it doesn't hurt too much. Like when I'm doing curls, but when I do closing, like when I'm doing push-ups, pull-ups or something, that's when it hurts. That's when you start feeling it. So it's I'm kind of stuck.
Your form could possibly be off too. I have a tendency to. The wider my elbows, and this is just me, I haven't studied the biomechanics of it, but I just know from my own experience that when I'm doing pull-ups, the more I let my elbows flare, and the more that these two fingers are not involved, like a lot, the more I'll end up with shoulder elbow pain. The more I tighten the outside fingers, and the more I draw my elbows in a little bit, the less torsion and pain I have on my elbows.
Are they from your middle to pinky, like specifically that?
Yeah. If I'm squeezing more here, like if I'm doing pull-ups, you want to try it? You want to try a pull-up?
Yeah.
And you're having pain right there.
Actually, I'm not. So this is another problem. I when I put it in the spotlight, like, oh yeah, I got elbow pain, but I ain't doing pull-up, push-up. I don't feel it, but then when I feel myself, I'm like, all right, I'm doing it.
Take it out.
And then I'm like,
Also then, okay, well, do push-ups then. Yeah. My invitation right now is to pay attention to what's happening in your hands. We have a tendency to overuse certain muscles in our, nobody talks about your hands, right? You don't read Muscle Fitness and they're like, yeah, you need to strengthen these muscles within your hands. I don't even know the names of them. It's not sexy to talk about your hands, but they affect what's going on throughout. So when you do push-ups, also be mindful, go ahead, of how you're pushing through your hands. Spread your fingers out a little bit more.
Just spread them out as much as you can. And think about pushing evenly throughout the palm of your hand and each one of your fingers. And do push-ups that way. Extend those fingers. You see how this is? Extend that.
So extend this one.
Keep your elbows close to your hand, almost like Spider-Man hands. See how they're not touching? I can tell you got all kinds of muscle imbalances in your hand. Look at it. Get that out. Yes. Can you maintain that while doing a push-up? On all your fingers? Yeah, you see how you have to keep adjusting?
Yeah.
Do you feel the difference? Keep pushing those hands. More hands. Do you feel the difference?
Yeah, I feel more strains in my fingers.
Yeah.
Over here.
Good. How are your elbows?
Yep. Again, it's good.
Okay.
So,
The two things that I would be mindful, the number one thing I'd be mindful of is just your form, because we talked about other things.
Right.
We'll send you the book and then, the supplements, glucose feeding by the elbow.
Yeah.
What's going on with your hands? You're doing push-ups and you're not even mindful of the fact that your fingers are doing this. What's happening in your fingers is an expression of, and perhaps the root cause of, what you're going to experience and feel here.
Yeah, I was noticing, from what I read, is that this finger connects kind of, like, mostly to these something on there, right? And how would you fix that?
Do push-ups,
Right.
but be very mindful of what's happening in your hands. I did a video on this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Do your push-ups, but be mindful. Nobody is going to tell you to be mindful of your fingers.
Yeah.
Feel the pump in your chest, but I'm telling you, fuck your chest. Focus on what's happening in your fingers. It's going to play a dramatic role in how the rest of your body feels. Even when you're doing pull-ups, be mindful of what you're doing at your hands. We have a tendency to think our hands are they're just hooks. Like, do whatever you want with your hands. The fact is, the imbalances in your hand are going to affect the rest of the musculature. So you've got three things. Physiologically, perhaps some supplements can help. Neuromuscularly, you can use those corrective exercises. They're not doing any soft tissue work on you.
They're doing it. Like literally what they do is put like cocoa butter in here and like just like kind of, I guess, loosen the scar tissue or something.
Somebody who actually gets in with their fingers and feels what's going on,
Yeah.
and can manipulate and.
Right.
Do you have anybody doing that?
Yeah, actually, when they first tested me out, again, on the spot, they was like, oh yeah, let me see you got, so they dug deep in here, Probably a couple months back, this would have been painful. And then like now, they dig deep in there, it doesn't hurt. So now it's kind of hard for them to assess. They go, okay, well, it's not hurting you, so I guess, let's see how it goes.
So they don't feel any muscular imbalances when they do this. Fine. Then be mindful of how you're doing the exercises. Because it sounds like that's the third of them.
Right.
That's the one you probably weren't thinking about too much.
That's probably the case, guys. Yeah, there's been some time where I work out with,
That's the easiest one to fix.
Yeah.
How are you doing it? How are you doing it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So keep me posted. We'll get your colleague's phone number, email. But let me know how you're pressing through your hand. Like if you press through your hand, and you squeeze with different fingers,
Right.
especially the ones that you feel are loose as you're doing pull-ups, that might fix it.